Hey, my YouTube friends, we back again with a very phenomenal young man that's standing before me right now. No go by the name of Uncut. This guy had been through a lot in his life. This dude been in the game, out of the game, and now he up on the up and up, doing a lot of positive things. So at this moment, we're gonna allow him to elaborate on some things that I'm gonna ask him, and he gonna share with us. And I hope what he's saying be able to connect with someone that watching this channel at this moment. First, I would like for you to introduce yourself to everybody and tell us your name and your business and what you do.
Hey, you two friends, my corporate world. My name is Uncut. And the reason why I call myself Uncut, because anything I tell is the truth about my past and my present. I'm a type of person that like to breathe life into others and share my life story with other people to engrave them to be a better person, like to cross that bridge to mend that gap in their life to be a better person in society. My business is called Cadacious Motivation Speaking and Power Washing. I also sell cars. I also help people out go to the homeless shelters. And I get guys that don't have a chance, that people haven't given them a chance in life, similar to my life and my past, to give them a chance to go out and work and make money throughout the day. We also do donations for churches. We also do donations for homeless peoples and family. We clothe and feed. And also in our business, we also do roofing work, power washing. And my life story, I like to share a little bit about my life. Growing up as a child, my father passed away when I was 10 years old, and I had a mental breakdown, led me to the streets. I was child abused at the age of 10 years old, 2 weeks after I buried my father at a younger age. I had a mental breakdown as a younger child, led to suffocate myself with drugs and criminal activities, to medicate myself through all the pain that I went through as a younger child. I went to a lot of NA meetings, AA meetings. That didn't work for me because change starts within yourself. If you really want to change, I don't care if you go to NA, AA, up and down the roller coaster, change starts within yourself. So I had to take a about face turn in my life in 2009 and say, hey, I want to stop getting high. I want better for myself. I want what other people have that I never had in my life.
Hold up there, When you said get high, what kind of stuff did you used to do when you was out there getting high?
I should do cocaine. I should do reefer, pop pills, drink a lot of alcohol to self-medicate myself through the pain that I was going through. See, a lot of people don't understand this life today in society today. People just don't wake up and say they want to be a rock star. People don't wake up and say they want to drink. People don't wake up and want to be a prostitute. People don't want to wake up and be homosexual. It's something deep down inside of them that causes traumatization, that causes them to self-medicate themselves with negative activity, become criminal behavior that leads to penitentiary, to jail, and other things that endanger themselves and also their family.
So when you went to jail, how much time did you have to do?
My first time that I did back in 1988, I went down for armed robbery. I committed a crime in Edenton, North Carolina. I done 4.5 years as a youth offender. I came home back to North Virginia on the south side, the Berkeley area. Some of you may be familiar with it. And I started doing the same thing all over again. Thought that I was going to find better results. But when you do the same thing all over again, you become insane because it's no longer a mistake. So deep inside of my mind, my poor decision through my self-medicating myself with drugs allowed me to continue to do criminal activity and think negative behavior and do negative things because my poor decision allowed me to self-medicate myself with the drug activities and the criminal activities that I was into.
Have you always been close with your mom and your sisters and brother?
Me and my moms and my sister, we always been close. I come from a church background family. And my mom's always should tell me a long time ago, I said, Mom, I want to leave Norfolk. I want to go somewhere else. She said, you're taking yourself with you. But I never understood what she was saying, you're taking yourself with you. But now today I'm here to tell you, when she said you're taking yourself with you, that means that if you ain't changed in Norfolk, you ain't going to change nowhere. 2 weeks later, down a month down the line, I don't care if you're in Honduras, you're in Africa, you're going to find that substance because you have not got rid of the problem, which is the core. The core is like a root. If you ever think about planting a tree, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and plant a seed in your ground. If you continue to nurture that seed, it's going to grow to what it's supposed to be. If it's a rose, it's going to grow to a rose. If it's a lily, it's going to grow to a lily. But if that tree start to die, I don't care how much you nurture that tree, it's going to continue to wither away and continue to die until you uproot and change the soil. So deep within inside of myself, I had to change within inside of me, which was the death of my father when I was 10 years old, and had to forgive the man that child abused me at the age of 10 years old to move on in life. And I had to uproot those things up out of me because I was self-medicating myself with the criminal activity, the anger, the bitterness, the rage that was inside of me that caused me to criminal activities. So once I uprooted those things inside of myself, I had to find myself as a man. Because age don't make a man, responsibility makes a man. If you truly say you love somebody unconditionally, you would do the right thing by your parents, by your wife, your children, and your loved one. Because anything that you do as a positive aspect will become a domino effect to them in a positive aspect. Anything you do in a negative aspect will become a negative domino effect to your family and your loved one, even to yourself. So we as men and women today, we got to start thinking positive. Whatever caused you to get off track in your past, you need to define yourself, because once you define yourself, then you'll find out who the real you is.
Oh man, that's awesome. So at this point in your life, when you decide to turn your life around, I see that you found the love of your life. How did you meet your wife?
One day I was incarcerated at a place called St. Braz, 2014. And I called for a job because I was thirsty for a job. And I called the job. I called the company called
Alpha and Omega.
Alpha and Omega. And
how you find out about Alpha and Omega?
I found out through Alpha and Omega through LaWanda Johnson. She was my counselor at St. Braz, which Alpha and Omega did a job affair at St. Braz before I got to St. Braz, when I was transferred from another institution was called Mecklenburg. So I really want change into my life. I said, well, let me give myself a try at a job, because I never had a job.
Oh, wow.
All I did was sold drugs all my life, shoot guns, rob people, and things like this. I said, I want to give myself a chance. I'm getting too old for this stuff. I want better for my life. So I found God when I was incarcerated. And God delivered me from them drugs. God delivered me from that alcohol. He took that taste right out of my mouth. But what's the most important thing that he delivered me from? He delivered me from my past hurt that caused me to self-medicate myself for the drugs and the alcohol and make poor decisions, to keep going in the revolving doors of being incarcerated.
All right now.
I'm here to tell you that it's a place that never closed. It's always open on holidays. It's always open around Christmas. It's open at night, which is jail. My grandfather always told me it's easy to go to jail and it's hard to get out. And I'm here to tell you, if you're incarcerated, if you're on the streets and you're doing some things you ain't got no business doing, you need to stop, because down the line, the kitchen get hot. If you be in the kitchen too long, learn about a chef. Ask him, have he got burnt before? He gonna tell you yes, because he's in that kitchen 24/7 cooking for different restaurants, and that's how the streets is. Once it get hot, you gonna get burnt. And one thing's about the world and the streets, they don't love you. They don't have your best interests. Right, they don't care anything about you. When you get incarcerated, the man will send you now down. You got to call on the mama for some money. You got to call for your sister, your ex-girl, or your wife. If you really love your family and your kids, then you would stay out there and do what's right and be a role model to them. Look at the world today, the children that's out there. They're crying out for help, but they're crying out for the wrong way, because they're shooting guns, killing people and everything, because they're angry and bitter for something that went on in their life that allowed them to self-medicate themselves with the drug activity and the criminal activity they allow them today.
So you saying that the young people out there today, they don't have enough people to reach out to them and help to get them on the right track?
No, a lot of ones that's out there, they dealing with anger. Like I was so angry and bitter from the death of my father and my child. I self-medicate myself with the anger. I should close myself down, didn't want to talk to nobody. I vent by fighting people. I vent by robbing people, because that was the anger and the bitterness that was inside of me. So I self-medicated myself with the drug activity to feel good about myself. But little did I know growing up, I wasn't feeling good about myself. At the moment, you may feel good, but when you wake up the next day, the most problem you face is you. Okay. We are our worst enemies. You point three fingers out, one pointed back at you. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So that lets you know that whenever you out there doing what you're doing, you ain't doing what you're doing because you want to do what you're doing and you're having fun. You're doing what you're doing is self-medicating yourself for the pain and the hurt that you went through in your past. It's something that went on in your past, a crisis or traumatization that caused you to be who you are today. You wasn't born to be a killer. You wasn't born to be on drugs. You didn't wake up and say you want to be a rock star. You born to be a good person. You're born to be a person in society, to do right by society, to lead your family, your children in the right direction. Kids need their mothers and boys need their father. Men, we are the echo of our household. If you notice about a man when he's incarcerated or if he's absent from the home, the child started to acting all out. The child started going to school and you're getting all kinds of calls from the teacher say this child is acting out. Then you want to beat your child because they've done something wrong, but your child ain't doing nothing wrong. They're doing that normal because you the problem. You know what I'm saying? So we need to learn and understand that when we're taking from around our children and ain't doing right by our children and misguiding them and leading them for the things that we're doing around them, then we are the problem. Once we get our cell phone track, everything else will fall in a domino effect.
All right, Dad. Well, let's back up for a minute because I did ask you how you met your wife. Tell me a little bit about your wife.
Well, I met my beautiful queen. I call her my sexy chocolate muffin. The reason why I call my wife my sexy chocolate muffin, because if you ever think about a chocolate muffin, when you taste it, you close your eyes, it tastes so good, you can't even get the taste out of your mouth. And that's how I describe my wife. She's a beautiful person on the inside. Because one thing about beauty, it runs skin deep.
Right.
If a person beautiful on the outside, it will reflect on the. If we're beautiful on the inside, it will reflect on the outside. And I just want to let you know, when I met my wife, I called home. I called for a job. I called the same day. Some say call. I called and I say, is Alpha and Omega? She said, yes, this is. She was a secretary for Alpha and Omega. And I say, well, I'm calling for a job and I want to know about you all jobs and things like that. And I would like to come down and fill out an application for the job because I really want a job. I really want to give myself a change. We talked 10 minutes about the job and 40 minutes we started talking about each other.
Oh, man.
So I could truly say that it wasn't her, it wasn't me. It was predestined by God.
Okay.
Because I prayed for a good wife. I was married before. I was in a bad relationship. And I asked God to bring me a wife. See, one thing you learn about God, when you start doing the right thing, God will start placing the right people in your life.
All right.
Even down to business. And let me share a little story about myself. I've been selling drugs since I was 14 years old. In and out of every penitentiary through the Tidewater area, through North Carolina area, ain't gained nothing. I've been home since August the 3rd of 2019. I have my own business license. I have my zoning. I have my I'm shorted and bonded through my business. I also have my driving license back. I also have cars to sell. I flip cars. I also have a power washing business. I do motivation speaking. A lot of things that God have blessed. When you're looking at the things that I'm telling you, I come on August the 3rd of 2019, and here it is November, and I done gained so much than I did since I've been selling drugs since I was 14. Now you do the math for that age. You do the math for them decades. So that lets you know right then and there that when you out there in the street, everything that you gain, you lose it because it's not positive. But when you're doing what's positive, you can go to the bank. I got 3 bank cards. I can go swipe a card whenever I want to and draw money. Keep money in my pocket. Don't even sell a damn bit of drugs. People still think I'm selling drugs, but I ain't selling nothing but the word of God and something positive to encourage you, to lift you up, to breathe life into you. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. I come from the dirt. You listen to Yo God. I know a lot of y'all like Yo God. I know y'all like Money Bag Yo. Listen to the message. Don't listen to the beat. Them guys been through a lot. If it took for them to turn around and get where they're at in life, and I done what I done to get where, you could do the same thing. You can too. I ask you all today to stop breathing life. Define who you are. Define why you the way you are. Dig into your old self. It may scare you sometimes, because it scared me. But I found out the real reason why I was doing so much dirt and negative things in life and doing drugs and selling drugs, fighting people, robbing people, because I was an angry child through the loss of my father and the abuse, the physical abuse that I took through a stepfather. But God delivered me from it. I had to go back and ask that man, was hard too. I forgive you. And right now I can face that person, because even though you don't forgive somebody in life, you still suffer. They move on. You still miserable. You got to uproot that plant up out of you, and rechange your soul, and re-nurture your mind, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. And you best believe you will see better results in your life. And I just want to leave you YouTube friends with that, because right now today the world is in a crisis. It's dangerous for our sisters and our children to be in the street. They can't even go nowhere and have fun because people are snatching people up for no apparent reason. People are killing people for no apparent reason. Think about it. They've been through a crisis and a traumatization of life, and they so angry and bitter, they take their anger out on the wrong people. That's what you're dealing with in society.
All right now.
So men's and women's, we need to be role models for our own children. See, motivation speaking, I'm out here motivation speaking, but it starts at home. I got five grown kids and 15 grandkids, and I stay on their back. Know why? Because I want what's best for them. That's what real love is all about. Men, you gotta start grabbing your son up. Go to their football game. Find interest in your child. Find interest in the things he like. Even though you don't like playing the Xbox game, the Nintendo game, start doing things with your son that he like to do. Show him a better way. Mothers, start showing your daughters a better way instead of laying on their backs. And get a few dollars from their boyfriends and friends. Because the men that they come in contact with nowadays, they into a lot of activities can bring detrimental harm to your child and to your grandchildren, can be a domino effect to your whole family. Yes. So I want to share with the world today that if I could change, you could change. You know, I gain a lot. I have a lot going on. Flipping cars. Look at my date. August the 3rd of 2019. I got 4 cars in my driveway. Driving an SUV, Outlook. Yes. Motivation speaking. Power washing business. Yes. I'm doing a lot, because know why? When you do right, right will follow you. When you're doing positive things and wrapping yourself around positive people out there in society, positive people want to help you. I run into a lot of millionaires. I have contracts for buildings right now. The power wash buildings, the paint buildings, do electricity for buildings. I have people trying to buy cars from me. Because when you start setting yourself in the business corporate world, when you start setting yourself around positive people, then positive people will follow you and want to help you. You got to protect yourself around the right umbrella. Because it's raining some days, if you got an umbrella on top of your head, you will stay dry. But if your umbrella got holes in it, what I mean negative, you will always stay wet. So take that scenario from me. We all been through some things in life. We all been homeless. We all been without. And the reason why we without, because we lie our responsibilities in the wrong places.
All right. All right.
So you got to start lining your perspective up and placing them in the right places, so you can have a new direction in your life, and you can have solid foundation in your life, and you got balance in your life.
All right. I appreciate you stopping by today and doing this video with me. I'm hoping that I know that what you're saying is going to reach and touch someone. But in our closing, I would like you to close us out with a little word of prayer and just pray over the people. And again, I'd like to thank you for coming by and doing this video with me.
Let's bow our head for a shorter prayer, you YouTube friends, and also the world who will listen to this YouTube or this video. I like to pray for the world. First of all, I like to pray that God will touch you all, will change your minds and your heart. Whatever you went through in your past, I want you to give it to God. Whatever's crumbling you, self-medicating yourself, smothering you from your past crisis, trauma, if it was rape, if it was molestation, it's child abuse, if anything that went on your past, I want you to think for 5 minutes about what triggered you to go the other opposite way in a negative way, and uproot that thing and face that thing and define that thing and define yourself. And I pray this prayer today for all you YouTube people and all you people in this world, even down to the business people, that we will go out and touch people's lives, that we will bend the gaps in people's lives, that we will breathe life into them, that we will give them strength and hope and tell them about our past and our situations and circumstances that we went through in life, that we could breathe life into these people. I also ask you to touch their families for Thanksgiving, their children, their grandchildren, their mother, the father, for Christmas, Father, that you will make a way for them, even the ones that's out there suffering through drug addiction, that you will bring them in, Father, that you will alter their minds and alter their heart, Father, and change them, Father, that you will anoint them from the crown of their head to the sole of their feet when they're walking down the street, that you will protect them, Father, from all hurt, harm, and danger. That you will go past every home throughout this nation and touch every door and comfort them, Father. Where there's a crisis, where there's a light bill need to be paid, a water bill need to be paid, anything that need to be paid, Father, I ask you to fix it for them in their financial situation, Father. Right now, in the mighty name of Jesus. Bless, Father, the YouTube family, Father, that this motivation speaking will reach a lot of hearts throughout the world, even overseas. Whoever will look at this, Father, that they will be touched by this, Father, they will surrender their life to you, because I give you the glory and the honor and the praise. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
All right. We appreciate you coming through, hanging out with us.
Amen.
I call him Big Red. I call him Unc. He have been such a blessing to me. So I hope what he say reach someone, because it sure reached me. We thank you, and y'all be blessed out there. I'll be back.